Okay, thanks for waiting. So yeah, we're going to finish with Nekopara Volume 2. About an hour's worth. So, you know, hopefully... We've seen a lot of Coconut, so maybe we'll see a bit more of Azuki, because it is about both of them. One has a focus, the other has a focus. I guess.
ネコワーク S ネコパラボリューム2姉妹猫のシュクレ
Alright. The oldest of the sisters. Yep. Alright, we just about sold out for today. It's a little early, but I think we can close up the bakery.
はいお疲れ様でした人数少ないのにももうだいぶ慣れたわねショコラとバニラはいつ帰ってくるんだろうね
Said about a week, didn't they?
ほんとショコラはアホの子だからなあれで鈴取れたことの方が奇跡だぞ鈴なくさなければいいけどね
I don't think we have to worry about that. I've got some things to take care of after this, so can I leave closing up the store to you girls? Azuki, come with me.
はあなんで私だけ残業なんだよ仲のいいナッツでも連れてきゃいいじゃねえか
Don't be like that. I just need your help.
しょうがねえなどこのケーキがブラックだなおい
Well, I don't think she's gonna have to worry. She comes along, putting on a show and acting oh so indignant. But underneath that sarcastic exterior, she's obedient. I reflect on that as I tell her to change her clothes. Alright, Cinnamon, I'm giving you the key to the store. Don't let me down, okay?
はーい任されましたで一体どこに行こうってんだカッション見慣れねえスーツとか着やがってさてはあれか何か謝りに行くのに私を寝込み悟空にしようってか
Don't worry.
そういうのならおっぱいキャットのモンシナかナッツのが向いてんだろ
Don't worry about it. Just come on. I tried to reassure Azuki as she makes excuses. As we chat, night falls, and we walk around the shopping district.
さっきからそればっかじゃねえかこんな可愛い猫とデート気分とか店だったらいくらかかると思ってんだ
Yes, yes, you have my sincerest gratitude, Azuki-sama. It must be around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. We're going in this store, Azuki.
お待たせいたしましたカーテン開けますね
I do believe we're at this point in the game where we're going to get a bit of drama.
ちょっと待て
Well, well, well. Doesn't she look lovely?
ねえぞこんなの
The yellow dress, a bit like Belle's from Beauty and the Beast. She mutters, her embarrassed face glowing bright red. Hey, it suits you, Azuki.
似合ってるとか似合ってないとかそういうことじゃなくてだな
She's not used to wearing frilly party dresses. Azuki fidgets, idly pressing her fingertips together. As her face reddens even more, she shoots me a protesting glance. I wonder if it's okay for a cat girl to be wearing an outfit like this.
茶化すんじゃねえよ私素材がいいから
Oh, I love how flustered she is. She's so cute when she tries to act tough. Honestly, she does look stunning in the dress though. Personality-wise, she's pretty rough around the edges. But this really accentuates her figure. Even if her figure is that of a munchkin. Her height and her very modest chest are accentuated too. though I keep that part to myself.
なんでこんな格好させてんだよ。
Oh, that face is so cute.
古見ならこんなコスプレ喜ぶかもしれねえけど、私だぞ。
Because this is your volume and not hers, obviously.
それにこんな高いドレス着られても。
This store primarily sells dresses, but we're just renting this one today. The place we're headed has a strict dress code. That's why I have to wear this uncomfortable suit too.
は？ドレスコード？
I take a very wide-eyed Azuki's hand and escort her outside where a taxi is waiting for us. Well, she did say she's if you take her on a date, she's very expensive, so we're here, Azuki. And just like before, I pull on her arm as we exit the taxi and head towards our destination.
ついたぞって。あ？こんなとこでドレスコードって。こういうとこに来るなら最初から言えっつうの。
Wow, this looks very expensive. We're at the top of the Yokohama Pride and Joy, its tallest skyscraper. Azuki's jaw drops as her gaze sweeps over the coastal skyline, sparkling amidst the backdrop of the night sky. You said you wanted to eat something tasty, right? Well, a promise is a promise. I raise up my champagne-filled glass, and we gently clink our glasses together.
だからってこんなの想像もしてなかったっつうの。
Just full of surprises, isn't he?
絶対あたふたしてる私を見て楽しんでたの。カッションもいい性格してるよ。まったく。
I hope you're enjoying your meal and champagne.
そりゃうめえけどさ。
While puffing out her cheeks, she swirls the champagne around in her mouth the exact same way I was doing. She's acting much more polite than she usually does. Maybe it's just the dress and her hairdo, but Azuki looks much more grown up. She's beautiful. I honestly believe she is. So a famous pastry chef is here today. I figured we could try this chef's cakes at least once in our lives. This is my way of thanking you, Azuki.
お礼なんて別にしてもらうほどのことはしてねえよ。
Well, if a famous pastry chef is here, I'm sure he has an ulterior. No need to be so humble. My store would really be in trouble if you weren't around, Azuki. And, well, thanking you this way also lets you take a bit of a breather.
息抜き？
It seems like she's already gotten used to the place, though she still seems a bit miffed. You're an older sister, Azuki, no joke. Especially for Coconut. You're always nearby and taking care of her. That's why I figured that you could let your guard down and take a well-deserved break from being everyone's older sister here.
カッション。
She looks at me with widening eyes. I feel like I'm trying too hard to show off. But what I said was the absolute truth. You warned me, but as an older brother myself, I know what it's like to worry about younger siblings. Shigere's trying her hardest to keep up with me right now. And it seems that Coconut is doing the same. I think that somehow everyone ended up more or less okay though.
カッション。
I guess that means that even you worry about me. You can get away from your sisters and let me spoil you once in a while, right? I was actually planning to come here alone, but with how things have been going, I thought this would be just the right opportunity to take you out. So, well, you know. You're an important part of the family too, you know. You're like a little sister to me. You've been helping me out, so let me meddle in your life. Once again, I turn to Azuki and lift my glass to her.
カッション。ほんとおめえはカッコつけたな。
Yeah. Like it wasn't obvious.
そんな
Everyone seems to come up with a pervy pastry pun for him. Despite her sarcasm, I can tell she's embarrassed from the way she's holding her glass. The two of us gently clink our glasses together again. Behave, chat, behave.
たまにはこういうのも悪くねえな。なんかワインに酔っ払っちまったみてえだし、ここにいる間だけはお姉ちゃんの看板置いとくことにするわ。
That's the Azuki I know, always trying to hide her true feelings. That wide smile is more than enough to tell me how she really feels, though.
お兄ちゃんも大変だな。
Just as tough as being a big sister, I'd think.
ちげえね。
We both empty our glasses in one gulp, and follow it up by pouring even more into our glasses. This is Azuki, the cat girl who's always so distant with everyone. We happen to bring our glasses to our mouths at the same time.
じゃあその目的のケーキが出てくるまでは
Do you like Azuki, chat? I do. She's probably my second favourite behind Vanilla.
普段のお礼ってことで遠慮なく行かせてもらうわ。財布の中身は大丈夫なんだよな。
Yeah, we definitely won't be going home hungry tonight, that's for sure.
いくらかっこつけても私はお兄ちゃんなんて呼ばねえぞ。歌唱がどうしても呼んでほしいって言うなら考えなくもねえけどよ。
A special service for him. I thought you said you weren't into that sort of thing.
そういうことにしといてやるよ。
She has a very Azuki-like smile across her face. This time, Azuki's the one who raises her glass. I raise mine in response.
じゃあ改めて大事な家族に乾杯。
How very cute. We look over at the dazzling skyline as it twinkles in the night sky. Our glasses reverberate with a crystal clear tone.
「懐かしの我が家に帰ってきたな。やっぱこっちの着慣れた服のが落ち着くな。
I love how her regular clothes are a school uniform as well.
ま、シンデレラタイムもたまには悪くなかったけどよ。
I hope that helped you blow off some steam.
ああ、おかげさまでな。いろいろと気遣い損風も礼は言っとくよ。
Once she took off the dress, she went right back to being her usual self. She really settled down once we got back to a place she's familiar with.
そっちこそ何か参考にはなったのかよ。なんかガラス細工みてえなケーキばっかりだったけど。
An expensive restaurant like that isn't a regular bakery. If you think about it, there's no way we could compete with them.
ちげえね。
Well, they could try to copy the taste though. But of course, someone like me, who's gotten his experience, through baking at home, will never be able to replicate a cake made by a world-famous pastry chef.
そうか？歌唱のケーキのがうめえなってのもあったぞ。
It's like that balance between a regular bakery and a fancy restaurant. That's probably where his bakery is. What's this? Are you trying to flatter me, Azuki?
一猫としての素直な感想だよ。だー
As we continue to chat, I put my hand on the store's door.
ま、浮かれ気分もほどほどにして。明日からはまたお姉ちゃん業に勤しまねえとな。特にナッツのアホはまだまだ子猫ちゃんだから手がかかって目が離せねえし。
A kitten with a killer supermodel body, I might add.
あいつがまた調子に乗れるまでしっかりおだててやんねえと。歌唱がうまいこと調子乗せたんだから責任取ってちゃんとおだててやるよ。
She's got a big grin on her face as she cracks her usual jokes. Azuki always goes a little too far. My reply is jokingly indignant. I wasn't really planning on sweet-talking her or anything.
Azuki... お兄ちゃん...
Uh-oh. I don't think anyone was expecting her to still be here when they were talking like that. Coconut is standing there, wide-eyed.
ナッツなんでまだここに
Totally getting the wrong idea.
お兄ちゃんのこと待ってたから
Ooh, this is awkward. What terrible timing. By the look on her face, it's obvious that she heard what Azuki had said. This is a complete misunderstanding. If Coconut missed what we were saying beforehand, it would sound like we were making fun of her.
僕が調子に乗るまでを立てるってどういうこと
I don't think this is going to be one of those catfight situations. Chat.
お兄ちゃんは僕のこと大事な妹だって
But she totally didn't hear everything. Wait a sec. Calm down. Coconut, you've got the wrong idea.
あずきだって僕のこと褒めてくれたんじゃなかったの今まではあんな風にだって褒めてくれたこと一度もなかったくせに
She's trying to stifle the anger in her voice as she bites down on her lip. I see her shoulders start to quiver slightly. This isn't good. I doubt she'll listen to even if we try to clear things up. This is a critical situation. If I don't choose my words carefully.
いやだから今のはちげえんだっつってんだろそうやって人の話聞かずに早とちりすっからくだらねえミスばっかすんだろうが
Ooh, this is not really the situation for Azuki's straightforwardness. Azuki, I don't think you should.
あずきはなんでそんな嘘ついたの最低だよ僕のことそんな風にからかって傷つけて楽しいのいくら喧嘩ばっかりでもお姉ちゃんだと思ってたのにいやだから別に嘘ついたとかじゃなくてな感触起こしてねえでこっちの話聞けっつうのうるさいあずきの話なんて聞きたくもないよ大きいのは態度ばっかり器は体と同じくらい小さいじゃないか
Hey, Coconut, calm down. It's really not how it seems.
箇所はちょっと下がってろ
God damn it. Azuki cuts me off and takes a step towards Coconut.
おいナッツいいからギャンギャン騒ぐんじゃねえよ話聞けって言ってんだろ喧嘩売りてえだけなのか意味もなくわざわざ人が気にしてっとこピンポイントでつっつきやがって真面目に話してんだからたまには姉貴の言うこと聞けよああそうだよあずきは僕のことが嫌いなんでしょ僕は手のかかる調子に乗った妹なんでしょこんな時ばっかりお姉ちゃんぶって偉そうにお説教しないでよお兄ちゃんもあずきも一緒になって僕のことを騙してあずきなんかお姉ちゃんじゃないお兄ちゃんが僕のことを褒めてくれたのも全部嘘だったんだ
She's getting into hysterics.
大事な家族だなって嘘っぱちじゃないかお兄ちゃんもあずきもどうせ血なんて繋がってないんだから
Hey, that's over the line, Coconut. She holds her cheek, bewildered. I can't believe what I just saw. All I can do is stare at Azuki in shock.
おめえはよどんな時だろうが言っていいことと悪いことの区別もつかねえのかそれはそんなんだからガキって言われるのが本気でわかんねえのか
Coconut stammers, dumbstruck. Tears start to well up in her eyes, followed by an incoherent wail. But Azuki remains unaffected. She continues to glare at Coconut steadfast. Without another moment's hesitation, she dashes out of the room. There was a short silence, followed by the ringing of the chime at the store's entrance. She's still a kitten. You can't blame her. There's still a hint of regret in her voice, like she's holding back her own tears. The hand she slapped Coconut with twitches. That was unnecessary. Especially since you, of all people, worry the most about Coconut. Azuki begins to cry as though she was the one who was slapped. She squeezes the offending hand tightly. Her kindness and sorrow, her anger and weakness. I gently pet Azuki as the emotions churn inside of her. You know, a while back, I tried to help Shigure, and we ended up getting into a huge fight. This situation isn't so different. So I know how you feel, Azuki, and I know how Coconut feels. Full of regret, Azuki lowers her head, holding her hand tightly and digging her nails into her skin. There's been a lot of times where I've ended up doing stupid things. So I want to help out my precious family if they end up in a similar situation. I take her hand, now painfully red and marked up from her own nails, and peer into her eyes. Azuki, being stubborn like this is only going to make things more painful. The longer this goes on, the less chance you have to make up with Coconut. Are you okay with that? Ah, yeah. I guess you would. Well, if you know that, then you know we have to go and find Coconut. You are her big sister, right? Azuki lifts her head. Though she seems hurt, she looks at me. Yeah, I guess you're not as indecisive as I am, Azuki. I choose my words deliberately. Her lips curve into a resigned smile. Well, this is a very crucial moment in your relationship. This is just another thing that a big sister has to deal with. Always having to be the responsible one. She nods, smiling just as always. Yeah, we have to find her quick. With a deep breath, I put a hand on the shop's door, and pushing it open, we run out to find our beloved sister. Aww, poor Coconut. I find her at last standing by a railing at an empty park that overlooks the ocean. She has her back turned to me, and her familiar long hair streams down it. Hearing my footsteps, she turns to face me. Her heterochromatic eyes are red and puffy from crying. She looks away from me, hiding her drained complexion. I had a lot I was going to say to you when I found you, but I'm just glad you're safe, Coconut, really. I lay my honest feelings out and breathe a deep, relieved sigh. she lays her face back down on the railing. The sound of her muffled sobs echoes throughout the park. Silently, I stand beside Coconut, and we gaze at the pitch-black sea and night sky together.
分かってるんだ。僕がダメなのくらい。お兄ちゃんに教えてもらってようやくほんのちょっと役に立つくらいだって。
She seems even weaker than the wavering starlight being reflected off the water's surface. Her voice is frail and despondent as she continues to sob. I stand there silently, waiting for Coconut to talk.
僕は本当に体が大きいだけで何の役にも立ててなくて、シナモンにもメープルにも年下のショコラやバニラにも、あんなこと言われた小豆にだって全然かなわないって分かってるんだ。
She falls back into her pessimistic old self again.
分かってるから頑張ってるんだ。でもうまくいかないでも。僕だってお兄ちゃんやしぐれちゃんの役に立ちたいんだ。でもあんな風に言われたらさ、僕だって。
She wraps her fists tightly around the rail. One after another, tears begin to run down her face. It's hard to see her in so much pain knowing that I can't do anything. Coconut. I understand that nothing I say will reach her right now. Words won't help, but... I put my arms around her trembling shoulders and tenderly brush her cheek. She might be bigger than any of the other cat girls, but despite how she looks, she's actually the most gentle, delicate, and helpless of them all. I feel like I'll break her if I hug her too tight. As if giving her my strength, I embrace her and whisper into her ear as gently as I can. Haven't I told you? You're always so impatient, Coconut. Her voice is much calmer than before, and she begins to loosen up just a little bit. Chocolate might be sincere and cheerful, but it's because of those qualities that she's so awkward and messes up a lot. Vanilla is smart, but she's always so apathetic. Maple says rude things to customers too. And Cinnamon always spaces out and ends up ignoring everything else around her. With a wry smile, I continue to look at the speechless Coconut. Azuki is always so sarcastic, and it causes a lot of problems. Even Shigure pushes herself too hard and bites off more than she can chew sometimes. And of course, I'm always bossing everyone around and making them do all the things how I want them to be done. Even now, I'm at a loss because I can't seem to make you feel any better. What's happening in 18 minutes, chat? Coconut, you may be a little insecure, vain, and clumsy. But when it comes to physical strength, you have everyone beat, and you're always trying your hardest. Oh dear. Come on, chat, please. This is a serious moment in the story. I bring her close and firmly embrace her shaking head. It all depends on how you look at it. Human, cat girl, it doesn't matter. Everyone has good and bad traits. Coconut, do you dislike the other cat girls because of their flaws? You and Azuki are always fighting, but do you really hate her? Coconut murmurs, her voice shaky as tears drip down her cheeks. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Even if there are parts you dislike about her, that doesn't mean you hate her. Because, in the end, we're family. At least, that's how I feel. Even though we're not blood related, you're still a precious member of the Minaduki family, aren't you? At the very least, I consider you to be my younger sister just like Shigure is. Even if you hate me, okay?
ポーココナ。お兄ちゃんもあずきも何よりも大事な家族なのに、あんなこと言ってごめんなさい。
The trickle of tears becomes a river, and she begins to wail repeatedly, "I'm sorry," over and over again. With Coconut's head nestled against me, I gently rub her cheek. Hugging her tighter, I try to stop her from trembling.
さっきのだって分かってる。分かってるんだ。あずきはすごく口が悪いけど、僕のこと何も言わずにいつも助けてくれてるって。喧嘩ばっかりしちゃうけど、でも大好きなお姉ちゃんなんだよ。これであずきに嫌われちゃっても嫌いになんてなれないくらい好きなんだよ。
I gently wipe the tears from Coconut's left cheek. Does it still hurt where Azuki hit you?
こんなのなんともないよ。きっとあずきの方が何倍も痛かったから。僕、あずきに謝らなくちゃ。もう許してもらえないかもしれないけど、でもちゃんと謝りたいよ。
Her crying gets louder, and she begins to howl over and over again. So, about Azuki. I take my hand off Coconut's cheek and turn around.
この距離なんだから聞こえてるに決まってんだろ。
あずき。
With her usual nonchalant attitude, she snorts, turning her head away in embarrassment.
ほんとに手のかかるバカ猫だな、おめえは。
She approaches Coconut as she speaks.
ごめんなさい。ひどいこと言ってごめんなさい。
あんなこと言われたからって家族の縁が切れるわけがねえだろうが、このバカ猫が血がつながってるとかつながってねえとかそういうもんじゃねえだろ。たとえナッツが認めなくてもおめえは私の妹なんだ。どんなに喧嘩しようが何を言い合おうが関係ねえ。それでも許せるんだから家族なんだろ。
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい、お姉ちゃん。
They hug each other tightly, putting aside all their issues, and don't let each other go.
私が悪かった。許してくれ。ナッツが頑張ってるのは誰よりも私が見てたから。だからもうピーピー泣くんじゃねえよ。妹泣かせる姉貴とか最低もいいとこだろうが。
そんなこと言われたらもっと泣いちゃうに決まってるでしょ。
So cute.
ありがとう、お姉ちゃん。お姉ちゃん。
手のかかる可愛い妹なんだからよ、ナッツは。
Heavy drops begin to roll down Azuki's face, as she gently pats Coconut again and again. It was a pretty eventful night, but I'm glad that they were able to make up in the end. As I tried to hold back my own tears, I look on at Azuki and Coconut as they continue to embrace each other. It's gotten really late. I look at the time and see that it's already past 11 a.m. Or p.m. p.m.
ごめんなさい。僕が余計な時間を取らせたから。
別におめえ一人のせいじゃねえし。
Yep, it's both your faults. So you're all even.
いちいち自虐ネタに走るんじゃねえよな。
今日のお姉ちゃんは優しいな。
うるせえ。私はいつも優しいんだよ。
In your own way, she says, embarrassed, and snorts slightly, letting her facade slip a bit. I don't want to ruin this charming scene. Since you guys have made up to each other now, why don't you stay at my place tonight?
ショコラとバニラがいねえからって私らを代わりにしようってか？そんな手に乗るほど私は安い猫じゃねえぞ。
You really want to go home this late at night?
代わりって、お兄ちゃん、それって。
No. I'm just offering you a place to stay. You two are making the rest up.
まあ、確かに今から帰るのも面倒だし。
I figured Azuki would find it like that.
それならナッツと一緒でも仕方ねえかな。
本当にじゃあ、あずきのことギューってしながら寝てあげるね。
よし、てめえはソファーでついて寝ろや。
Oh, don't be like that, Azuki. Come on.
じゃあ、腕枕で妥協するから。
Oh, so they were negotiating?
姉妹なんだし、それくらいならいいでしょ。
おい、カショウ、ナッツの姉妹感を兄として強制してやれよ。
I don't know. She seems pretty similar to Shigure if you ask me.
言われてみればそうだったな。
Well, they say pets tend to take on traits of their owners.
でしょ。だから今日は一緒に寝ようね、お姉ちゃん。
わかったわかった。今日だけはな。
Just how it should be.
はい、ありがとうお姉ちゃん。
The stars in the sky twinkle down on us free Minadukis as we cheerfully make our way home.
ご主人様、ショコラが生きて戻りましたよ。
And she still has her bell. Hooray!
辛かったですよ。本当に辛かったですよ、ご主人様。
All right, there. Welcome home. I catch Chocolate as she flies into my arms.
しぐれ、ただいま戻りました。久しぶりの我が家にただいま。
Hooray! Even Vanilla's back. Welcome home to you too, Shigure and Vanilla. The pair continues past me and into the house.
3人ともおかえり。お疲れ様。その様子だとなんとか大丈夫だったみたいね。なんとか。
Oh man, just imagine how long can she keep this up? Can she do it next time?
それは大変だったけどね。父は往生しかったらしい。
Wow, even Vanilla had it tough. Sure sounds it was an ordeal, alright. Shigure and Vanilla sound serious. They've got this really solemn air about them. Well, I guess I'll have to reward Shigure, personally.
あれ、あずにゃんとココちゃんは？ああ、2人ならキッチンの方で。何すんだよ、バカマンチカン。
Everything's back to normal.
僕が卵割ってるのくらい見えてるでしょ。
うるせえ、この長毛種が。てめえの低経血が邪魔だからぶつかっちまったんだよ。
あずきとココナッツは
As close as ever.
神聖な兄様の厨房で喧嘩などして、ココちゃんもあずにゃんももっと仲良くすればいいのにね。あの2匹はしゃあない。
Fighting like cats and cats. No. They are getting along, just in their own way. Seeing those two fight is, in a weird way, kind of cute. I watched the two go at it through the order window. You've missed a lot in the past week.
もう素直じゃないんだからな。ギュッてしちゃうぞお姉ちゃん。えい、ギュー。あちゃ、てめえ。おい、うぜえからやめろっつうの。離せこら。
You're not gonna win with getting a match of strength against Coconut.
嬉しいくせに。ほらほら、ぐるぐるぐる。
No, such a cute noise.
何があったの？あの2匹。いつの間にか昔みたいにお姉ちゃんって呼んでるけど。でも仲良さそうだからいいんじゃないかな。
Exactly.
そうそう、よくわかんないけど仲良しが一番だよ。笑う角には服着たらってね。
Yeah.
ショコラの能的キャラはこういう時は癒されるんだけどね。バニラ、思い出すのはやめましょう。
Oh.
また次回の更新の時まで。また次回があるんだね。またね。
They'll probably be away for 2 weeks next time.
ほら、尻尾立ってるよ、ピーンって。すごい。ちげえし、これはフレーメン反応だし。
Hey, you two. Save it for after work. Alright, looks like everyone's here. Let's get ready to open up. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm reminded of that saying. I move over to Azuki and Coconut, who certainly seem to have made up, and rub their heads, messing up their hair. Oh. They've done a lot of growing in the past week, in-game. What's that achievement? A few days after Chocolate and Vanilla returned.
いらっしゃいませ。新しい鈴になったショコラがお出迎えいたします。
Well, it's not new, is it?
ショコラ、鈴自体は変わってないから分かりづらいよ。にゃにゃ、言われてみれば。
Your newly renewed bell, maybe.
じゃあ、新しくなったショコラがお出迎えいたします。ショコラは本当愛すべき猫だね。本当愛してる。
No denying that.
こんないい天気の日には、ジュレを使ったクレープフルーツケーキはいかがですか？さっぱりしてて、とっても美味しいですよ。
Ooh, talking about food right now. I'm getting quite hungry.
だったら、アールグレーとグレープフルーツのセパレートティーね。私が味見してるんだから間違いないわ。ココナッツ、お客様のお会計をお願いしてもいいかしら。任せてしぐれちゃん。昨日もあずきとお兄ちゃんに特訓してもらったからバッチリだよ。
Go on, Coconut, you'll get there.
申し訳ございません、お客様。少々お待ちくださいませ。
I'm sure they understand.
なあ、そんな混んでねえし、問題ねえだろ。ナッツにはまだまだ場数踏ませなきゃなんねえしな。
What better time to do it when the store's quiet? Yeah, I'd rather her take her time than make mistakes. At least for now. chocolate, vanilla, and Shigure are back now. Things around the cafe have gotten much calmer now that Coconut is making far fewer mistakes.
まあバカニャンも手の抜き方覚えたみてえだし
To be honest, that's a habit that's hard to break.
このままいけば私が楽できそうで何よりだな
She's still cracking the same jokes as usual, but I think she's grown a bit. Hey, why don't you help me out with this cake, Azuki?
はなんだよヤバから棒に
It's just a suggestion. I figured that since we have more than enough help out front, that maybe you can give me a hand in the kitchen. We're split half in the front and half in the back, so I figured it'd be okay no matter what Vanilla says. Just thought it might be nice to have someone back here with me.
フロアリーダーの次はパティシエールかおめえはどこまで猫使いが荒いんだよ
It's because you showed me how capable you can be during that incident recently. I kind of feel like I could put you in charge of the cake baking one day, Azuki. As the owner, I can't ignore such potential. I exaggerate the way I say the last line a bit. Azuki must think so too, as she shrugs her shoulders in resignation.
私がめんどくせえって言ってもどうせ聞かねえんだろはあ愛猫のつれえとこだよなマジ猫腹だわ
You're the only one I can ask of this, Azuki. Yep, we've passed 4 hours and 20 minutes. I'm sure you understand that, right? So please. I bow my head earnestly. Azuki sighs in vain defeat. She scratches her head, annoyed, and nods slightly.
まあ歌唱には多少なりとも借りがあるしなただしあんま期待しすぎんじゃねえぞ私がいくらハイスペックだっつっても所詮は猫なんだからな仕事だっつうなら何でもやるけどできねえもんはできねえぞ
I'll teach you everything you need to know. I'm sure you'll be fine. Brimming with confidence, I give her my approval. She looks away in embarrassment.
まあできる限りは頑張ってるよただしちゃんと具合はつけろよ研修期間はいらねえけどただ働きはごめんだかんな
No, I don't expect her to. Yeah, I get it. As long as the others are okay with it, there shouldn't be any problems, right?
だね言い方しやがってだったら歌唱が泣いて頼むくらいのもの見せてやんよ
It's settled then. I'll be counting on you from now on, alright? I give Azuki a hearty pat on the back.
なになにお姉ちゃんもケーキ作るの
なんか流れでそんなことになっちまったわ
Silver tongue. That's what it is. He's got one of those, alright.
今日ある猫は爪を隠してたけどハイスペックっぷりを見せちまったから仕方ねえ
あーすごいお姉ちゃんのケーキ楽しみだなじゃあ僕ももっとお仕事したい
The only problem I have now is this thumbnail's gonna be hard. I might have to include a lot of stuff in it. Hopefully it won't be too clustered. I guess we don't see many customers until it gets a bit later into the evening. Alright, why don't you give us a hand then, Coconut? Who knows? Maybe she has some sort of hidden potential in her. If things do happen to go well, having another set of hands wouldn't hurt either.
はーい頑張るのでよろしくお願いします
And just like that, a new experiment began at La Saliel. Oh dear, I think we know what that means.
ダメだやっぱり僕はダメな猫だ
I guess things won't work out after all. Wow, how did she do that?
まあ予想の範囲内ってか予想通りすぎて面白くもねえわな
I guess her strength means she doesn't have the delicacy. Coconut collapses before the grossly abstract shortcake. She was only supposed to frost the sponge cake with cream. How in the world did she manage this? I can't believe what I'm seeing.
違うんだよ別
You're not going to become a pro overnight, you know.
精神論でステータス上がったら苦労しねえよ。
I don't even know what to say.
お姉ちゃん、どうしようこれ。
まあ捨てるのももったいねえし、私はこれで作り直すわ。
If you think you can, Azuki. Is it even salvageable at this point? All I can do is sit back and watch. Wow! What a turnaround! Oh, what was that meme? Top 10 redemptions arcs in anime history. I mean, that's amazing! She actually rescued it from the depths of the pastry underworld. I knew she was good, but this is like beyond good. She already knows more about decorating cakes than I do. Azuki, just where did you learn to decorate cakes like this?
この間歌手に勉強させてもらったの、レストランで。この店にはあんま向かねえかもしれねえけど。
No, I'm just really surprised you can make something like this. Did she really learn all this looking at the cakes at the restaurant? This cat girl is really something else. She could definitely become a pastry chef. Yeah, this is going to be great.
やっぱり僕なんかじゃ相手にならないね。
Just call it worldly experience.
こんなところでも僕のフォローをしてもらってばっかりで。
Coconut's shoulders tremble as if she lay her face down on the counter. Crap, I didn't think she'd give up so easily. At this rate, she's going to lose all of her confidence. Coconut? It's just one botched sponge cake. It's not that big of a deal, right?
お姉ちゃん。さすがは僕のお姉ちゃん。かっこいいな。
Freaking adorable, I love it.
もうほんとかっこいい。お姉ちゃんありがとう。ぐるぐるぐる。やめろ。持ち上げんな。振り回すな。照れることないじゃないか。姉妹なんだから。
キャラ変わりすぎだろおい。あ、勝手にゴロゴロすんな。
Oh my god, she makes such cute noises. She wasn't giving up. She was incredibly happy. Happy enough to swing Azuki around like a helicopter. She skillfully spins Azuki around in the narrow kitchen. She's got some really solid coordination, doesn't she? I stare at the pair, smiling.
なんだかんだ言いながら尻尾立てちゃうお姉ちゃん大好きだな。 ツンデレって思ったらすごい可愛いお姉ちゃんだ。
Tsundere.
そんな安っぽいカテゴライズするんじゃねえ。私はもっと。
Well, yeah, I guess she kind of is. Maybe. The important thing is that you two are getting along, I guess. As I stare at the almost sickeningly sweet display, I decide that taking a picture of the cake Azuki decorated would be a good idea. Well, for now, why don't we try baking some sponge cake? Sponge cake is the basis for everything, after all.
僕にはまだケーキ作りは早いから横で見学してるね。
That's probably a good idea.
お姉ちゃん頑張って。僕の分まで。
You get a cheerleader, isn't that nice?
うるせえな。そんな気軽もんじゃねえだろうな。
Coconut has become Azuki's biggest fan. I don't think she would have gotten this far if she hadn't tried to push herself. Though I find this Coconut absolutely adorable. Yep. I'm sure Azuki likes her better now as well. Anyway, I suppose it's time we got started. Mixing is a fundamental part of baking. It's a very important step.
混ぜる？そんなもん夏だってできるぞ最近は。
お姉ちゃんに褒められちゃった。
Backhandedly, but sure, if that makes you happy. I don't think that was much of a compliment. I guess what's most important is how you mix it, really. The taste can change depending on how you do things. Watch me. First you crack the egg and separate the yolk. Next add some heat, but be careful so that you don't overcook it. Then mix in the sugar and stir in quickly to make sure it doesn't clump up. When the yolk becomes smooth, you can start using the egg beater. What's wrong, Coconut?
いやお兄ちゃんかっこいいなって説明しながら手際よくパパパーってやっちゃってすっごくかっこいい。
It's not that hard, though.
すっごいかっこいいよ。僕惚れ直しちゃう。
I don't think he needs to do that to make that happen. Wink, wink. I'm happy that you're enjoying watching me, but this really isn't that hard. But the fact that she's getting excited about it does make me a little happy. I wonder if Azuki feels the same.
おめえはどこ見てんだよ。見学でもちゃんと集中しろ集中。
そうだよね。よし僕集中するよ。集中。
She stares intensely, watching my hands. Okay, I'm going to start on the next step now. When whipping it, you have to do it thoroughly until it becomes firm and fluffy. God damn it, Coconut. Whatever. Coconut did say she wasn't ready to make her own cake yet. And Azuki doesn't seem like she's going to say anything to her either. For now, I'll speed things up a bit for Azuki's sake. Next, we bake it in the oven. I'll show you how to check the temperature in a bit once we put it in the oven. Alright, now why don't you try and give it a shot, Azuki?
了解。ちょっとやってみっかな。
You've proven you can decorate, let's see if you can bake. Azuki and I switch places.
じゃあまずは卵だよな。多少はこんな感じだったか。
She holds the egg in one hand and prepares to smash it. Ah, wait, hold on a sec.
あ、今の何かまずかったか？
No, that's not what I meant. Just... Can I get behind you for a sec? I step behind Azuki as if to hug her, and extend my arms in front of her. I put my hands atop Azuki's. You see, my hands are a lot bigger than yours, but you still don't have to try and break the egg with only one hand. This is your first time. We don't have to rush things. Accuracy is what matters.
おう。なるほど。丁寧にな。
Cute. It's easy to crack an egg using a flat surface.
おう。それは知ってる。こうだよな。
Oh, just relax a little more. We're not trying to smash it.
そうだな。確かに。リラックス。リラックス。落ち着け私。
Yeah, just like that. If you stick both your thumbs into the crack, you can just pull it apart nicely.
開くみたいに。こうか。
With a satisfying crack, the contents of the egg plop into the bowl. Great, nicely done. I knew you'd have no trouble with this, Azuki.
別に褒められるようなことをしてねえし。卵割った程度で褒められるとかガキじゃねえんだからよ。
True, she's not Coconut, is she? Coconut would totally love it. Despite that, she's blushing happily. Normally, she'd be a lot more rebellious. But she's stuttering a lot and strangely obedient today. Strangely honest, too.
お姉ちゃんどうしたの？なんかやたら顔真っ赤だけど。あ、もしかしてお兄ちゃんに褒めてもらって照れてるの？
Maybe in more ways than one, eh?
珍しいね。お姉ちゃんが褒められて照れるなんて。普段なら当たり前だろ。私を誰だと思ってんだ。そうか言っちゃうくせに。
Pretty good impression. Yeah, that sounds like her. Doing imitations must be one of Coconut's hidden talents. Or maybe she's just been around Azuki that much.
私だって時と場合によっては緊張くらいするわ。
Ah, there's the rebellious Azuki we know and love. Oh, really? I guess making cakes must make you pretty tense then, huh, Azuki? I always figured you were the kind to keep your cool no matter what you did, but I guess I was wrong. She had seemed She had seemed so calm in that expensive restaurant. She always seemed so confident too.
いや別にケーキ作りで緊張してるわけじゃねえけど。
Yeah, Kasho is a bit dense, as any MC tends to be in a harem like this. Well, if it's not the baking, then there must be something here.
何にそれは。
look who's decided to come check it out.
あずにゃん。まるでご主人様がご主人様みたいだね。
The last people she wants to come in right now.
ちょっとちげえし、乙女とかマジでちげえし。それならココナッツの方が歌唱にデレデレしてし、マジだし。そういう勘違いやめてくださいますか？いやほんとマジで。
She's being awfully defensive, isn't she?
僕のご主人様がしぐれちゃうんだけど、でもお兄ちゃんもご主人様みたいにも思ってるよ。
A master of your master.
ココちゃんもご主人様にメロメロにゃー。ご主人マジエロパティシエ。
You can't go a volume without Vanilla calling Kasho a pervy pastry puffer.
ほんと引っ掛けまくり。猫と見れば見境ないから困る。
Stop saying things like that. You'll give people the wrong idea. I pinch Vanilla's cheeks as she puffs them out.
でもみんなご主人様の恋猫になったら楽しそうですにゃ
他ならぬ姉上たちならば悪くないよ。
Wouldn't be a bad harem to have, I don't think.
はあ？ちょっとケーキ作らせたくらいで私を落とした気になってんじゃねえぞ。
ー。お兄ちゃんはそもそもショコラとバニラの恋人だし。
それだそれ。妹たちの男寝取るほど飢えてねえし。
You wouldn't be stealing anything, I don't think. Cut it out, you guys. This discussion is over. Come on now.
にゃにゃ？別にアホなことなんて言ってにゃいですよ。
私たちは一途だけど、そもそも猫の愛は自由気まま。
そうそう。知らない猫ちゃんとかは嫌ですけど、みんなならいいよね。好きな人かける好きな猫イコール幸せがいっぱいにゃー。
She's so pure and innocent, isn't she?
ご主人ハーレム、ほんとエロスケ、つきもの、猫たらし。
Call me more things, Vanilla, please. Alright. Calm down. Good.
ゴロゴロゴロゴロ。
Jeesh, just what in the world are you two saying? Coconut, Azuki, say something to them. You're their older sisters.
そうだな、姉としてな。ほらナツ、姉として説教してやれ。
そこで僕、お姉ちゃんの方がお姉ちゃんじゃない。じゃあアズニャンとココちゃんはご主人様とラブラブするのは嫌にゃ。
Sorry, chat, I couldn't help it.
いや別に嫌ってわけじゃないけど。
嫌ってわけじゃねえけど。
Oh, is that how it is? You guys aren't very convincing. Though, I'm not even sure how I'd respond to that question myself. Azuki and Coconut are both adorable. Each one has her own charms, but...
やっぱりにゃ。ほらほら聞きましたかご主人様。
猫は多彩でも気にしない。ちゃんと平等に愛してくれれば。
What convenience, eh?
だからちげえし。だから何度も言ってるけどちげえし。そのとにかくちげえし。
I love how flustered she is.
そんなこと言っても尻尾は正直よ。それもちげえし。ほんと違うっつってんだろ。違うんだってば。
ココナツ、ここがドキドキしてる？しているの？
胸触っちゃダメだってば。僕はシナモンじゃないんだから。
You do have the second biggest bust of the Minaduki cats, though.
いいやないか、ええやないか。出るもんでもなしに。私もショコラも控えめだから、憧れがないこともない。
Well, Coconut has the whole package.
こら、そんなわしづかみにしないの。バービーだってば。
I missed Vanilla so much. I guess we're done for the day, huh? There's nothing I can do to stop them now. I put the sponge cake batter Azuki and I had made into the refrigerator. We're gonna start getting busier and busier, so get back to work, you guys. That's about the best I can do. I just surrender myself to the current. I'll leave you with that. The stream's gone on a bit longer than I'd originally planned, but I hope no one
ご
minds.
主人様、本当に好きなもの買っていいんですね。
So yeah. Well, thanks very much for watching, everyone. Everyone who's watched. I really appreciate it. I hope one day I'll hopefully be able to help a load of people feel better. So, thanks very much for watching, guys. Much appreciated. See you guys tomorrow at the much later time of 11:30 at night in the British summertime. See you later. Thanks very much.